everybody, this is Joe Joseph, and this is the Daily Sheeple.com's news shot. And I want to highlight an article by The Guardian today because they are also sounding the alarm with the lightning fast advancement of technology, especially in the field of artificial intelligence. And they highlight it in their article, End of the Checkout Line, the looming crisis for American cashiers. A lot of people don't think that these low-wage jobs are very important to the American economy as it stands. But over the next 10 years, it's projected that AI is going to replace 40 to 60 million American jobs. 40 to 60 million American jobs. So if you think about that, right now you have about 94, 95 million Americans that have dropped out of the workforce or stopped looking for work. 95 million Americans are not working. And you add another 40 to 60 million onto that. Think about, with the social safety nets that are in place, what kind of burden that's going to place on things if the system that we know of remains status quo. So I would say that within the next 10 years, we better have it figured out because we're running out of time. And there has to be some sort of shift in the way that we operate. Otherwise, this is going to end up being a major train wreck because you just, at that point, when you have so many, there's a lot of talk of, having a living wage or a universal income to offset the advancement of technology in order to keep the system in place. But the problem is, if nobody's working, right, where does the money come from? How do people go about it? Money, the whole thing with money is an exchange of labor for goods. It's basically, it gives you something tangible for your labor. And then you have something tangible to go trade with somebody else. I mean, that's the basic concept of money. You don't need money when you change the mindset to where, kind of everybody works together. With AI, you could have robot farmers doing robot harvesting and all this kind of stuff where you don't have that human labor to pay for. So you have basically, it's kind of like I would have to say something like a Jetsons type of environment, only with a little more realistic view instead of that 1962 viewpoint of what the year 2063 would be. Guardian writes, the day before a fully automated grocery store opens its doors in 1939, the inventor Clarence Saunders took out a full-page advertisement in the Memphis Press Scimitar warning, old duds with cobwebby brains to keep away. The Keydoozle, with its glass cases of merchandise and high-tech system of circuitry and conveyor belts, was cutting edge for the era, and only those of spirit of understanding should dare enter. Inside the gleaming Tennessee store, shoppers inserted a key into a slot below their chosen items, and producing a ticker tape list that, when fed into a machine, sent the goods traveling down the conveyor belt and into the hands of the customer. People could just get what they want. Boom, it comes out, and they move on. Recalls Jim Riot, 75, who visited the store as a child. He said, it felt like it was the Jetsons. Amazing. Now, despite Saunders' best effort, the Keydoozle circuits frequently failed and the store closed for good in 1949. But 72 years after his attempt to patent his idea, advances in robotics and artificial intelligence and other technologies are now making that dream of a worker-free store a reality. And American cashiers may soon be checking out. Now, if that's the case, and you're looking at, just in retail, over the next 10 years, a loss of 7.5 million retail jobs, you're talking about a major chunk of wage earners. And again, you have to have a shift. So now if you have robots that stock the shelves and do all that, then you also have, the robot farmers, the robot farm equipment, AI, whatever you want to call it. Now couple it with some of the cutting edge science that's going on, where we could in the very near future, in the next 25 years or so, have basically food replicators. I mean, they're getting to that point with quantum science. So, I mean, we are really at a point in time where I would say we have a decade to get our ducks in a row as far as where we go as a society, or let me say this, where we go as humanity. Because, man, I mean, this is just going to be profound when AI is rolled out. And I totally understand what Elon Musk is talking about when he says it can destroy us. Well, it can do that if we allow it, or we can use it for good, and then things are good. And I mean, think about it. Why would it be bad to phase out human labor? Hey, now you can do what you want to do. Do what you dreamed of always doing, So I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing, but unfortunately, the way it's implemented almost always never benefits us in the long run. Maybe in the short run it feels like it does, but in actuality, it doesn't. So AI phasing out 40 to 60 million jobs over the next 10 years. Hardest hit retail low-wage jobs. Something's got to give. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Have a great day, everybody.